There's a lot of questions regarding Josh Wheadon. Can you say anything?
I can.
There's one specific one that is asking the difference between Zach and Josh, and I've seen it probably like 50 times.
Well, there's no comparison that I want to make about the two. I mean, I don't want to compare them in any way, shape, or form. But what I will say toward the Josh Wheadon situation is obviously I put out some pretty strong words and some pretty strong comments about Josh Wheadon, and every single one of those words, every single one of those comments is true. Okay? There's a process that is being undergone as we speak to get to the heart of everything that I'm talking about.
Good.
And so what it is there is a certain amount of, I'm a black man in Hollywood, right? In arguably one of the most discriminatory businesses, period. I don't have thin skin by any stretch. I've been in this business for 14 years. Right? I've dedicated every moment of my life to the pursuit of this. What people may not know is that I was actually let go 10 years ago from a job for spearheading an effort to unionize employees at a job I was working at, right? So I don't play around when it comes to this kind of stuff. I didn't mind taking that L at that point. I don't mind taking an L now if I have to, if it gets justice for the situation as it stood. So what I will say to that is the man is probably scared, and he should be, because we are going to get to the heart of everything that went down. And for me, for my part, do what you want to me. Fine, I'm cool with that.
They better not.
But when I mean, even in the process, like I get it. Like people have differences of opinions and things like that. I've been in projects where, artistically speaking, I did not agree, but you do your work. You go there, you do it. But there is a certain amount of abuse. There's a certain amount of behavior that one is willing to tolerate, and once it gets beyond that point, you got to go ahead and deal with it. And so when you take those grievances to people who are in charge and they do nothing about it, or they try to placate you, they don't deal with the issues, eventually you're going to have to say something, right? Now, it's taken me 2.5 years to get all the information I need to be able to build up something that's strong enough so people can't dismiss it. It's taken me this amount of time to go out there and say, hey, listen, would you be willing to speak if it was with anonymity, confidentially? And people going, yeah, I would. And so we're in the process of making sure that people can tell their stories in a confidential way that they don't get any sort of retribution done against them. Because when I was let go from that job for spearheading that union effort, some other folks who were pro-union advocates were also let go from that job. For me, I said, well, listen, as long as they get unionized, which they did, I'm fine with that. But the other folks who had been there 10 years, 15 years, who were relying on that job to support their families and all that, I said, that hit me in my heart. And I said, I'm never going to let anything like that happen again, period. So if I got to take the L, if I got to take the hit for this, I'll take it completely. But I guarantee you this, we're going to get to the heart of everything. And if anything I said about that man is untrue, I invite him wholeheartedly to sue me for libel, to sue me for slander. Anything. And on the John Berg side of things, because I know he had something he wanted to say about it, and I'm getting a little bit heated, and I'm not going to go ahead and keep it that way. But on the John Berg side of things, his denial of the situation, right, his denial of the enabling of that situation was asinine, it was tone deaf, and it was completely disrespectful to the situation at hand. That man is scared, and he should also be, because we're going to get to the heart of it. So keep in mind, he did not deny that there was any unprofessional behavior. He did not deny knowing about professional behavior. He said that we, meaning, I'm assuming, Jeff Johns and myself, we did not enable any unprofessional behavior. You can look at that statement and tell that's a knee-jerk statement of an individual who's scared. Is all there is to it. So we're going to get to
it. Came out the day that you did the first tweet, I believe, and we were looking at it because it was just, it just felt like, okay, we got to slap out there just
that's
so that.
Yeah. That's all there is. And then an article of Jason playing Frosty being produced by two of the individuals who I just named in this situation. I mean, come on, what are we doing? What are we actually talking about here? Come on. So, I mean, the people are in the know, and I find myself in a place where I don't have to justify the way in which I'm handling it. Just know I've been through processes like this, and I know how to get to where we need to be. Whatever happens to me with respect to my career or whatever that is, I could not care less. I truly could not. Like I said, my lifestyle is simple. I don't need anything else except to be able to eat, live, and occasionally pretend like I'm a character of some sort in some capacity. In theater, film, TV, whatever. I'm fine. Like, that doesn't matter to me. I mean, the world, it's 2020. You know what I mean? Like, look at the world.
Yeah.
The world is on fire. People are dying by the thousands every day. People are out there fighting for justice, risking their lives for justice every day. So what are we talking about here? What are we actually really discussing? Because if it's about trying to please individuals who are completely or have a history of taking advantage of individuals, then that's not where I'm at. That's not where I desire to be. Yeah. And that's not any place that I have a desire to go back to, because the world is going to be different when all this pandemic and everything, all the strife that we're currently in this world, when we get beyond that, it's going to be different. And however I got to help to make it different, I'm going to do my damnedest. So let's go ahead.
Like I've told you before,
chat is
so important.
Yeah, chat is on fire.
Yeah.
So just so you get a little bit of an idea of what's going on right now.
Sure.
I think you have an army.
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing is, I don't want an army. I don't need anybody to defend me or protect me. I appreciate that. I do.
We got your back. We hear you. That's the most important thing. We hear you.
I appreciate that. I do. And I try to tell people, I say, listen, don't worry about defending me, because it's getting done. I know it's getting done. The wheels are in motion. Don't worry about it. There are going to be people who are going to say whatever they want to say. Mm-hmm. That's fine. There are people out there who are waiting for me to slip up and say something that could even be construed as untrue, right? And it's I don't want the chat to get too heavy and nothing like that, because obviously we're here to celebrate the work. But you're dealing with a lot of people with a lot of money.
But I think it's important
to address people with a lot of power. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, yes, we are here to celebrate the work, but it's important to address this, because what we were fighting for the past 2.5 years, it was, there were so many things to it, so many aspects to it. It was mental health. It was, Absolutely. It wasn't just a movie to most of the people, I dare say, who fought for this.
Yeah.
And it's still not just a movie, No. We fought for Zach and his family, and we fought for you guys as well. Because honestly, when I saw whatever it was in 2017, it was just it was upsetting to me. Because even as far as your character went. And I've said it in front of these girls before, and I said it just felt like they kept Cyborg there just so that, I don't know, they stick to some sort of a contract just to keep the character there. They cut out the entire arc.
Yeah, everything.
To me, it just felt like, and to me it felt like such big, massive injustice without even knowing what happened on the background of this. And I feel, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who feels this way, and, that's why, we will support you as a fandom. We trust you, and we will support you as a fandom, and it's important to talk about this, because
Absolutely.
If we're silent, how can we change it?
Well, and that's the thing. It's about accountability, and that's been my thing. Especially, we've had a lot of time to think as a country, as a world, as a race of human beings. We've had a lot of time to think about what's important and what's not. And at the end of the day, for me, there was a life I had before I decided to do this stuff, and there's going to be a life I have after this. At the end of the day, I'm able to walk. I'm able to walk around with my head high. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's all there really is to it.
It's really great what you're doing. As we've seen the last 2 weeks, is that this is not new. This is something that Joss has been getting away with for a while, and his days have been numbered as far as that goes for a while now. And it took that someone who was willing to put so much on the line, like yourself, to speak up and help gather the other people who are victimized in this situation, to get people to pay attention.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, and the thing is, it shouldn't even have gotten to this point. It really shouldn't have.
No.
Because for my part, it's I don't consider myself to be brave, because I know I have proof. I know I've got backup. I've got people who are willing to go to bat for me when it comes to this. Who's brave is Charisma Carpenter, saying what she said with no backup, by herself. Who's brave is Kai Cole, Joss's ex-wife, who said what she said with no backup, by herself. This is not a new thing. It needs to get dealt with, and it will get dealt with if I've got anything to say about it, because I've got a habit of finishing what I start, right? And if nothing is an indicator of that, then the Snyder Cut definitely is.
Yeah.
So I mean, I appreciate you guys' support. I do. Just trust and believe we're gonna get it done. And some people may not understand the methods behind it. Do not worry about me. It is going to get done in the way that it needs to get done. So, thank you for understanding, and to the folks who have been
Right.
naysayers or
this is for the haters and everything else. I posted a couple of videos from the great girls behind Justice Con of Zack Snyder, telling why forget about the editing, forget about the just all the haters saying, "Oh, down with the Snyder Cut." It wasn't all about just seeing a film. It was about the mistreatment behind the scenes of Zack and his family. It was about the loss of his daughter, and as Ray Fisher goes and talks about the mistreatment of people in casts and the jobs and the livelihoods and the actors on the scene. Justice Con, definitely, that's what the fan base has always been about, and the way we done that is we the fans has helped put and give power to those people that need it, to bring help and support, and to highlight things that went on behind the scenes, and to have Zack's film and to donate all that money is saving lives and saving suicide prevention. You can call us Zack Snyder's cult, but that cult has saved lives. We have done a lot of good stuff, so you can go on and then hate about the film and not care, but the movement and everyone that even sent $1 or sent or praised or hashtagged it or whatnot to get the world to notice the so when this film is released, when this series or whatever it comes out, that is justice. The money that's been into this is justice. The support for Ray Fisher, and now I believe somebody's came about Ellen DeGeneres. There's an investigation. Warner Brothers has been held accountable, and with the release of Snyder's vision, that is just the tip of the iceberg, as he says, of what we've accomplished. That Justice League, just like the heroes, that is like the poster. That is the symbol of what we've accomplished. But we've accomplished so much more. The film is just like the symbol for all those years of work, for all those people campaigning, for those people that stood behind all the actors and everything else. So if there was ever a symbol that we won, it's definitely been the release of the Snyder movie. And we've accomplished so much more than that. We've accomplished justice for behind the scenes. We've accomplished justice for families and suicide prevention. It's just been a great year. So for all you haters out there, or for all those people that don't care, it's more than just a movie. Thank you.